And I'll be the one to stop you. That's why it just sounds dramatic, right?
It is. Punisher 2004 was a very dramatic film. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
It is I, the masterful dude of dudiness, the face that runs the place, joined as always. Well, not always, but like lately.
Even just by myself sometimes.
Yeah, you've had your own show now.
Right. I mean, with D, but it was technically, my own hosting.
I would never do a show by myself without someone talking, because I think doing a show by yourself, you have to be really talented.
Yeah, it's called Let's Playing. It's not very easy.
No.
You just talk to yourself.
I find that incredibly boring.
I try to get someone else with me, so that way it's like people bouncing
we
off
have
each
to
other,
we have to do one together. I really want to do a Dead by Daylight stream, or at least be with you for a Resident Evil one. If you fucking force me to play Resident Evil 6, I'll shiv you.
Yeah, okay, so that's the one that I was planning.
Oh my god.
You have to understand, man.
I hate Resident Evil 6.
But people really like seeing people point out shitty things, okay? And this way we could definitively show everyone what makes them bad,
Oh, this entire time. Everyone, this is George.
Hello, it is I, the Bone King, George Hernandez.
Which you can find on Twitch.
You can find me on Twitch, whenever the heck that is. I seem to be like a Halloween spirit, because if you look at my upload dates,
it's fall.
Yeah, it's always in October. That's when I actually start getting back into it. So you know what? Maybe we will. Dead by Daylight. We've been introducing me as like a Twitch streamer. I haven't streamed once since.
I feel really bad about that.
It's not your fault. It's just me like, oh, well, I don't really have the setup ready, and oh, man, am I going to stay awake for the next 2 hours?
I mean, you have an active Discord.
Nervous pen clicking. Yes. Well, it's not really active, but I do have oh, shit, yeah, should I, tell people about it?
Sure.
If you want, yeah, I'm totally on it, and there's, a free open forum.
There's also a Fan Freaks Discord. Michael T. Robbins just got an Oculus.
No, I heard, yeah.
And he's going to start streaming stuff on that. So if you want to see some kinky Oculus stuff,
my first person doujinshi.
Ooh.
It's about time. My harem awaits. What are you talking about? Anyway, so to get back to topic, because we have topics. I swear.
You know Bleach, right?
Do you know One Piece? Because I mean, it's not that popular, as Dragon Ball Z. But
no, but you've seen Bleach, right?
Have you seen Death Note? I don't. Have you seen Sailor Moon? It's important.
I do Orihime pretty well.
Oh my god.
Kurosaki.
The pen goes further into your brain.
Oh, you were a Rukia guy?
I honestly didn't really appreciate many of the characters in that
I
show.
loved Bleach until the Fullbring arc. I loved Bleach. I even liked the filler ones.
I liked Rukia and I liked the Chad, and I liked Chad a lot.
Oh, the guy with the fist.
Arm. He's super cool. Yeah, he was badass. But then Rukia became so dependent at some point, and it was just like, oh boy.
I really hated that.
Boy.
That was really bad writing on
that arc.
On Tito Kube's part, to make Rukia that much of a.
But why do you bring up Bleach?
Oh, just to do the Kurosaki.
I don't really appreciate that, Kurosaki. Activate your bad guy.
You still have to re-record that.
Re-record your face, you dumb bitch.
We're supposed to do that as a rejoiner, you bastard.
It's a hidden feature. You have to get it at the right time. Don't
killing me, Smalls.
Oh, updated. Oh shit. Anyway, can we get
every week? Actually, so I'm gonna toss this idea to what little audience we have, which is basically Medina and 10 other people.
That's more than my entire Twitch stream, you asshole.
You have 1,000 subs.
Yeah, I know, but how many of them comment, bro?
Yeah. If only you had 1,000 DOMs.
That's like a harem I actually want. Wow, that's incredible. Thank you for that.
No, but what was it? I want to toss this idea out there. George knows about this. I think some of the CanonFire hosts knows about this. I want to also record us talking, so we don't use the same thumbnail for every episode.
Well, I've tried mixing it up every now and then, but
but basically the thumbnail's the same, which is just freaky getting shot out of a cannon, which is great.
It's a logo.
It's a logo, but I don't think it's visually interesting.
Well, for some reason, podcasts are usually like audio files.
Yeah.
So like, I guess if we do that,
I mean,
would that matter
SoundCloud
even?
charges. And
But what a show, though. We're talking about our inner workings when I actually read the freaking Punisher comic.
All right, so yeah. So George read the reason why we started with the 2004 Punisher theme. 5 minutes,
I know.
6 minutes in,
Dude.
we're gonna do the show.
I know. That's why I'm like, dude. Okay, that's fine, but we have topics. I swear.
I mean, I just wanted to talk.
No, no.
How dare you?
No
talk?
talking on this talk show. Okay, it's only for gaming news.
So first off, I want to ask you, George. First off, before I lent you this comic, did you ever read a comic with the Punisher?
Fully, no. I skimmed through the Punisher comic where he kills everyone just because I was curious how that worked. And
he's killed the Marvel Universe a couple of times. So you have to be specific. Which time did he kill the universe?
I've heard that, so now I'm like, shit. Because I only know of the one. And it looked fairly old, so it might have been the first one then. Like 70s?
Was that the one where he sent the X-Men on the moon and nuked it?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've read that one. It's all right. It's not great.
Oh, no, it's all right. He just kills everyone. It's not impressive.
I mean,
not at all.
Punisher's pretty much just, he's Death Wish, so.
It's funny how I was reading this comic and I was like getting a lot of
Death Wish meaning the Charles Bronson, Bruce Willis remake, all that.
Oh, you don't mean Nightwish, the band?
No, and I don't mean the euphemism for, he has a death wish.
Well, I don't know, does
he? He kind of
does, because he's all like, I don't care, I'll jump in there. I'm going to town either way.
Actually, so there was a great Marvel event, which those are few and far between, called Secret Wars, and as the world was exploding, all the villains were in a bar. Like, all New York's villains were at a bar, like, oh man, because all the heroes were fighting, trying to save the world and stuff, and all the villains were like, man, it's great, we're just, they'll save the world eventually and all that. And then Punisher kicks in the door with like 2 machine guns, and he says, the bad thing about the end of the world is, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these bullets. And you don't know what happens, but just everyone like shits bricks. Like you see Kingpin, like, oh my god, like everyone's gonna die. He's killing everyone as soon as end of the world. This is it. I got all of you together. This is it. End of it.
I mean, just even to his MO, he's not really focused on saving people per se, or even saving the world. He's trying to take out bad people specifically. So it's the end of the world. Everyone's doing their thing. He's gonna do his thing, and all the bad guys are in one room. So.
Yeah.
I don't know why you don't just chuck a grenade, but that's fine. I was gonna.
He wants to get personal into it. The book I lent him was Punisher: Dark Reign. It was written by Rick Remender, who I personally really enjoy as Punisher. I actually remember liking the art. I haven't read this book in about I want to say 4 years since I had it.
Right.
But first and foremost. Dark Reign was a special time in Marvel when Norman Osborn was the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he was the Iron Patriot or whatever. He had his own Stark armor. And he had his own Dark Avengers. But he was, Norman Osborn. And Storm and Norman's always going to have some idea in the background. And he had the Hood running, taking over Kingpin's spot. Because I forgot why Kingpin wasn't there or something. I think he was in jail at the time. Anyway, Hood, who's like, just, a C-list Doctor Doom type guy, and he takes over New York and all that. Are you showing me the part where he's fighting Sentry?
Yes, because one of my first notes is what's over there. The old trick of, hey, what's over there? Yeah. What's going on behind you? That's essentially what he does here.
Right, but, Sentry is pretty much one of, 3 Marvel copies of Superman.
Right, okay.
And Punisher is basically a more evil, sadistic Batman.
Right, he always has an out like that. I figure as much. Right. But actually...
A lot of people really like that because that gives, oh, Punisher's like really good at a bait and switch and also planning ahead.
Right.
This is used commonly as a feat. Everyone uses this for explanation of, oh, Punisher, he always plans everything.
The only thing is whereas Batman, I feel like he's more focused on the tech aspects and the detective, like, mind game kind of stuff that he does. I guess that makes him the world's greatest detective or whatever.
Which we don't see in the movies.
Which we don't see in the movies, which, yeah, that's a whole other can of worms. But Punisher actually kind of reminds me of, like, a comic version of either Rambo or Snake.
He is that.
Where
basically.
he's kind of like... He's a real tough guy, but it's mainly he's willing to do any means necessary to get around. You know what I mean? Like, let me see if I can articulate my words, because he's a grizzled badass, but he's not above pulling a made you look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's using any diversionary tactics where you think like he's in a corner and there's no way, because this grizzled badass, he'd be expected to do something, right? But he ends up doing something completely different, and then that's what makes him an interesting character.
Which... He's my favorite Marvel character by far.
I like him a lot. I thought just because of the design and the powers of guns, but hey, I mean, he's actually written pretty well too so far.
Well, that's the thing. Out of everyone in Fan Freaks, I'm probably the most Punisher guy there.
Okay.
Everyone likes to put me on the pedestal for Superman, but yes, but I have more Marvel stuff of Punisher, like books-wise, than I do... Superman. Unfortunately, it's because best Superman books are usually what-if stories.
Right.
Punisher's stories are really great when there's a big Marvel event and you're tying in with Punisher, because he is such a small character.
He's a really good third party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's in the sidelines of stuff. He's an anti-hero,
So I'm gonna just keep giving you a lot of Punisher stuff. I'm gonna give you probably... Yeah.
No, the art is he's a little meat-faced here. I'm scrolling through it.
There's a lot of caricatures that are pretty funny, like Steve Dillon's face. Rest in peace, Steve Dillon. But the Steve Dillon angry face of Punisher, which everybody dubbed it Frank face.
Look, but he has the Rob Liefeld disease that Linkara talks about. Where you can't see his eyes. And
I hope you take pictures, like you find scans of it and you put it up so people can see what we're talking about.
I'm just saying, because he just has like these shadows that are enclosed over his eyes. One thing I wanted to also mention is that this is very similar to the show that I'd been watching on Netflix, where this specific comic, where this person is running into him and he's hiding from the government.
The guy you're talking about, I forgot his character's name. But he fulfills the microchip role. Usually what happens with Frank, he gets a microchip that kind of aims
Henry.
him. Oh, okay, Henry. And so Henry and microchip kind of fulfill the same archetype where, because the Punisher really is just a gun. There was a comic that referenced Frank, but it didn't show it. And it hinted at it. Well, no. It showed some of it in another comic, but Nick Fury once wrote about how to take down Doctor Doom and Latveria. Okay. He put the Hulk on one side of the country, and he put Punisher on the other.
Really? So equal terms with Hulk in terms of destruction?
Yes.
That's amazing.
In terms of destruction, Frank will blow shit up.
And that's where the MGS3 Snake, Naked Snake / Rambo comes in. He's able to go on these, like... tripped out tirades where he can just knock out a whole group of people.
Yeah, actually, I wanna lend you, like, I think I lent you an Ennis book. Like, for me, the greatest writer that ever wrote Frank Castle was Garth Ennis. And I'm lending you my entire run sooner or later.
Okay, well, I'm getting through them. It's really interesting so far. Oh, and I took a picture of this "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah.
And started sending it to people because it's just the art is so intense. There's another part here because I was gonna mention the differences between the show and the comic right now.
Yeah, because the show isn't the Punisher. The show is it's Frank Castle. It's not the Punisher yet.
But it has the similar kind of dynamic with him and Henry here.
Yes.
It's just he's more comedic relief in the show.
Yes, but also Frank doesn't nearly do enough damage.
Oh, yeah, no, on the show he's way tamer than...
Yeah.
Holy crap, no, he's not...
Yeah, like, that's the problem that I have with the Netflix series of Punisher. For me, the best Punisher was in the first 4 episodes of Daredevil Season 2. Which, by the way, Daredevil Season 3, I am fucking hype. Mm-hmm. we're doing 20 minutes per segment, right?
Yeah.
All right, we got 5 minutes. So briefly tell me, what did you think of Dark Reign Punisher?
Why do they have a pit of wolves?
I forgot.
They're in a construction site, and this bad guy is like holding his henchmen over this pit of wolves. It's a construction site, and they dug a square hole in the ground, right? And he's hanging them in this construction site.
Yeah, that's the Hood. Do you understand that the Hood has mythical powers?
So he like spawned
magic.
The wolves?
Yeah, probably.
In the hole?
Yeah, probably.
So are they real wolves?
I don't know.
Are they gonna poof them out? It seemed weird to me that this mob boss dug a hole, threw his dogs in, and then
who said he dug the hole?
Or someone, not him.
Maybe it was making a basement or a bunker.
This is like underneath a construction site, though, so they were building a building here.
Well, buildings commonly have basements.
All right, I guess I can understand because the magic really only comes in towards later when he actually starts using it and shit. Although he is actually floating now that I see here.
Yeah.
It's just weird how this mob boss was hanging his people above a pit of wolves, and I was like, how did he do that? And why not at a zoo or something?
I really don't like that guy. Like, as a villain, I feel like he's really weak. Like, he's not interesting.
His design is super weak. Like, really, really weak. But I would say that his whole no frills thing, I guess, is something for him. Like, he's talking about the villain doing a speech at the end and saying how he's not going to do it. So it's like he's aware of cliches, but is that enough to run his character?
But that's really Remander. Remander's really cheeky like that as a writer. He likes trying to subvert your expectation with the villain. Mm-hmm. He's done that a handful of times. He also did that in Uncanny Avengers. Mm-hmm. You're pointing stuff at me, but this is a podcast.
I'm showing you so that when you're done with your topic right now, or your train of thought, I'm going to show you the Shaolin Scientist Squad.
Yeah, which Frank takes
totally kills in 1 second.
Well,
like okay, he breaks into this place and there's scientists working on something. I'm not going to say specifics if people want to read it, whatever. But they're working on something.
The book is Punisher Dark Reign, by the way.
Right, and it's like at a Chinese in Chinatown, right? I guess it's in the city. So he's breaking into there, and the scientists all of a sudden stop what they're doing, turn around, and go, oh crap, it's the Punisher. Stand tall, Western pig. You face the Shaolin Scientist Squad.
Yeah.
That's a D&D scenario if I've ever seen one. Just you walk in there, you think they're scientists, boom, nope, they're actually an encounter. Oh shit! But Punisher, like, I was expecting some sort of resistance, like, oh, he was caught off guard. The supervillains were actually the scientists. He kills him in 1 second.
Yeah.
What was the point?
Can I get the book really quick?
Yeah. What was the point, man?
Yeah, but let me ask you this. Did you like the part where he's fighting, like, these SWAT team guys?
Oh, and they're dressed like police officers, and he's like, I can't kill them because they're police officers. And they go, no, wait, no, they're not. Yeah. And he's like, oh, shit, okay. Why would the bad guy not just get real police officers? They're looking for Frank Castle.
Most of the time, the cops just let him be.
Right, but he found his weakness and then did not use it. It's like if I went and said, okay, Superman, he's weak to kryptonite, right?
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a fake kryptonite rock, right? And I'm going to run right at him, and then I'm going to make him scared. But when he finds out, I have no plan after that.
One of the things that I really liked was one of the people Frank killed was, oh, Jesus, Alabama? And Frank just says, where the skies are so blue. And as he kills them all, you boys like Skinner? I feel like reference. See, that's Frank's humor, like really dark.
It's dry.
It's dry, dark humor. I mean, if you've hung out with a Marine, that's usually how they are.
No, you definitely get the soldier vibe from him. Also, there's a page in there where he's surrounded by troops and they open fire on him, and then the very next page he's out of there and he killed all of them. I have no idea how that, like, because that's cool.
Oh, how do you feel about the bear dying?
Okay, you see how it says grizzly, and then there's a character who's just wearing a bear suit, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to see what he does. He goes into a building, blows up. It's not much of it's not a spoiler. It's just really a huge letdown. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, he comes back.
Yeah, he's back, but he doesn't do anything. But did you see the page I was talking about where he gets gunned down, and then the next page he's like, I killed them. And it's like, okay, Punisher, okay. You have the power of plot contrivance just like Batman. That's fine. You know what? You win.
I mean, that's usually what happens. But overall, 1 out of 10. Give me a 1 out of 10.
Oh, I liked it a lot, actually. 8, maybe 9.
I'm really glad, man. I'm gonna keep giving you Punisher books if that's okay.
Is this known as like a really big one in the Punisher?
Actually, not really. It's not in the must reads. Like if you were to do a must reads list, I don't think it's in the must reads. It's in my personal must reads. Mm-hmm. Like this one, and literally the other 9 books are all NS.
Because this is actually a really good way, and I could see why the show took it as an inspiration, to introduce the Punisher character alongside a new character like Henry. It's such a good dynamic for the audience to learn about the character, the Punisher, without him monologuing. You know what I mean?
Right. And
so I really like that, actually.
And you know what's interesting is... What in the devil may cry is this?
Well, they're not lying when they say it's a corpse party.
You mean a pug party?
Oh, a pug party!
God is dead.
Speaking of God is dead, I finished Corpse Party.
What is this?
So, Corpse Party, let me just clarify, it is a game for the PSP. It actually came out a long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Sure, as an RPG Maker game that someone made, I think, on their own. Someone fact-checked me for that. But it's for the PSP. They re-released it for the PSP, and it's basically like a story-driven RPG that's super horror and kind of gore-filled. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you see all these, and he saw pictures of some of the characters, how they're very cutesy anime characters.
Yes.
Okay, so they go into this sort of world, and I'm going to try and be vague until I actually describe it, and seeing what happens to those characters, you forget that they're anime characters very quickly.
Why?
Because some of the gory stuff that happens in this game really make you feel the weight of the characters and where they are in the setting. All right, so here's where I'm going to get into it. So the idea is that a group of, I think, 6 high schoolers in Japan, because of course they're always in high school, they're in their homeroom after hours cleaning up, right? So one of them is really into the occult. So she goes up to her friends and hey, I have a charm that if we do this ritual, we'll be friends forever. And they're all like, oh, okay, well, it's just a silly, game thing, and Japan's full of charm stuff, so whatever, we'll have fun with this. Sachiko's little sister comes in and stuff, and it's like a whole bunch of people are in on this. They go in, they do the little ritual, and it's kind of, it's a spoiler for the first 5 seconds of the game, but whatever. They rip it apart, something happens.
I doubt people are lining up to play a PSP title.
Well, I honestly think you should, because holy crap, the story just goes off the rails. They get taken to this haunted school called the Heavenly Host Academy.
Oh my god. What a name.
Oh, it's amazing. So
foreshadowing.
They get there, and it's like they're like, okay, so we're in another school, and I guess there's creepy stuff happening. We don't really know what's happening or whatever. And as they go and explore around, they find these actual ghosts wandering around, as well as like dozens of dead bodies just everywhere in this school, dying from a whole bunch of different ways. They find diary entries about people who have been trapped there for like 18 years. Ooh. And like there's nothing to eat for a while, and then they just die. They some of them go to cannibalism. The ghosts kill them.
Are there multiple endings?
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like there's multiple endings.
Holy crap. There's like multiple endings per chapter. And if you look at the ending screen, there's like fucking like 12 to 25 endings. It's like crazy. I love it because there's a lot of different ways you can end the story. But seeing these characters like figure out what's going on, because at first they're like, oh, we just got to appease the spirits. And when they try that, they throw one of their friends against the wall, and it's like this huge gore splatter. Oh my God. Another character gets off on it, but I'm not going to say who. It's really, the story is so good. You see how I'm like trying to explain it without revealing too much?
How long is it?
It is a 5-chapter game, but the first 4 chapters are like half of chapter 5. Like it's 4 chapters, and then chapter 5 is so freaking long. So I don't know.
Would you estimate maybe 10 hours?
It depends how fast you read and how fast you're able to figure out how to get past the ghosts.
Oh, it's reading. There's no VA.
There's voice acting, and some of the best Japanese voice acting I think I've heard in a title, because the screaming and the voice acting of the characters are very believable, and I will show you some of this.
And you played this on a PSP? Can I play it on my Vita?
I watched a Let's Play of it, so
Okay.
I'm going to be frank with everyone else. I didn't play it on a PSP, but you could play it on the Vita. It's in the store. There's 3 different other ones. There's Book of Shadows and Blood Drive, which are the sequels, so I haven't seen those yet. But, holy crap, this game, dude. Like, the character dynamics and me actually trying to figure out what's going on, and the descriptions are so detailed. Have you ever played 999?
No.
999 is another kind of story-driven game, but in this one, it's like an RPG where you can actually walk around, and you have to, like, evade ghosts and not fall into traps and oh my god, it was so good.
Kind of sounds like Clock Tower, I think it was, or was it the oh my god,
I thought you were gonna say Sweet Home, because it when I was playing it or seeing it, I was like, holy shit, this is just like Sweet Home but way more detailed.
What's the other one that deals with ghosts and you have to like take pictures of them?
Oh, Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame.
Oh, I freaking love Fatal Frame.
But it sounds a little like that, where you have to walk around but evade ghosts.
Yeah, but the characters aren't like useless. Sorry. I mean, I know I love some of the characters in Fatal Frame, but they're just what? They're always in a dream. It's the weirdest thing, except for 3. And 3, the main character, she's still in a dream, Snake Eater, but it's like she's at least doing something. We'll talk about Fatal Frame another day. But just the concept of the school, I love it so much. It is like, you did the ritual wrong, you are sent to this school, we don't know how you're going to get out. It's just, you're stuck there.
It's hell.
It's hell. And people are just stuck there for their entire lives. And you read these diary entries of people who have been there for like their entire lives and like missing their families and wondering where they are. And oh my god. I have to, I can't recommend it enough. And he's counting the seconds until I shut up.
No. I was counting to see if the H is the 6th letter of the alphabet. To see heavenly hosts.
C, D, E, F, G, H. It's 8. Well, you're close.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping it would have been like an alliteration to 666. Because 999 is the reverse of 666.
Right. I kind of want to like give you some details.
Give it.
Of some of the gory stuff that happens in this.
Give it.
In one bad ending, the ghost forced one of the girls to swallow a pair of scissors.
Oh.
And it goes into detail about how the metal clanks against the back of her molars. The detail is too intense. Like, you're
so
like,
this is rated M for mature.
Oh yeah, but you don't see it more. You don't really see it so much as it just really described, and you just see her like with the scissors in her mouth, I guess.
Oof.
Oh. A chick gets stuck in the pool drain, and you just see her body dang. Oh my god.
There's like an old Japanese folklore about the woman who like cut her smile to be bigger.
Yeah, the carved-faced woman. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And she has scissors and she goes around.
Yeah, it seems to be a thing. A lot of murderers in Japan like scissors because I guess.
Well, they don't have guns
accessible.
over there.
Yeah, but they have knives and stuff, so why wouldn't they? I don't know. It's just weird. I'm trying to not give away the best ones, but like the 3 ghosts that you see around, you find out one of them had their tongue cut off and then stabbed in the stomach and had their entrails pulled out. That's one. Another girl had the top of her head sawed off with a pair of scissors. That's fun.
What a lovely tea party.
Oh, okay. And another thing, I was wondering where the name Corpse Party comes from, because where's the party in this? The music is possibly the most tone-deaf music I've ever heard in a game.
It's party music?
It's party music. It's techno music by the end of the 3rd act, and you're like, what in the fuck, game? This game is so bizarrely toned. It's like...
Just dying.
Fucking... You see like a collection of heads in the corner, and it's like... Great. This is amazing. This is the best game.
That kind of reminds me of... The Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Oh, the book?
The movie. There's a movie called Scout's Guide to the Zombie.
You're not talking about Zombieland. No, okay. I don't know what you're talking about then. No.
No, it went to the theaters and then it bombed and nobody watched it. But it's a comedy about the zombie apocalypse. It's these 3 Boy Scouts taking on zombies in this town or whatever. But the third act is a high school dance or whatever, and these 3 Boy Scouts are the ones who are always getting picked on. Anyway, what's funny is people are dying, but the music's still playing. So it's like just this raving techno, and everybody's see intestines and everything.
Clashing tones.
Yeah, I mean, one of the funniest things is this girl. She puts on headphones as she's receiving head from some guy, and the guy dies. And then the zombie starts,
eating her out. That's beautiful.
Yeah. And then she's like, why is your tongue so cold? Looks down, sees the zombie, and the zombie takes a bite out of her. And then you see her later on in the party, and blood just down her legs. And the jock character, the asshole character of the movie, the big bully, is like, oh, you're on the rag.
The obvious joke. Oh, God.
At least get a tampon or something.
Yo, woman.
And he's the first one to fucking bite it. So it's great, but I'm like, oh, what a shitty joke. It's a shitty movie. To be honest with you, it's a shitty movie.
It sounds like a campy movie. So
yeah, I mean...
Are we expecting it to be the best?
No, I mean, with a title like Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, and it's Boy Scouts. Who would have thought Boy Scouts could, defeat zombies?
If anyone could, honestly.
I mean,
they're the most prepared.
To be fair, I like campy shit. What I watched...
Well, is that a pun? Because they're Boy Scouts?
What? I don't get it.
That it's campy?
Ah! Nice! Betty,
I found her, Betty. I found her.
There he is, Betty.
But,
we both did the...
I don't know, we're trying to get off of this.
Who? No, but I wanted to bring up, is Corpse Party a little campy, would you say? Considering the tone deaf?
Oh, my God. All right, so...
The tone deaf
American camp... Japanese cliche. Just replace it. There's so... All right, first off, one character is literally just the little sister trope. That's all she is. She's literally there to complain, "Oh, Nissan!" Every 5 fucking seconds, she has to go pee.
What's funny is George drives a Nissan. So I see
Nissan.
that. I see that every time, and I always think of George dressed as a little like... Japanese schoolgirl going, Nissan.
For all the good stuff in this game, one ending literally pairs off the brother and sister.
Oh.
One. And
I hate the fucking incest
my hint
trope.
to you, if you do play this game, do not take her to the bathroom in the last area. For some reason, that instigates the incest plot, so please don't do that.
Jesus Christ. I want to ask you something, just to go a little topic.
Are we off of Corpse Party? Because there's one more thing I have to mention on Corpse Party.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just really quick. It's that... You start to realize how big the scope of this school is when other students start showing up from other schools.
Oh, okay.
Because this is something someone found online, so other people are trying it. And you're like, oh, what the fuck? Who are you? And some of them are not necessarily stable. So it's,
it sounds
great.
a little like Doki Doki Literature Club a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those, like, oppressive atmosphere... Japanese cutesy cliche dealing with an oppressive, like High School of the Dead / Battle Royale thing, where they take the anime tropes and just fucking the most harsh results to any of those things. It's pretty great.
So they go to 11.
They go to 11. One character butters her pooper.
Ugh. Let me
I gotta go to the bathroom and butter my pooper. She's a great character, mind you. It's just some of those lines are like, yeah, that made more sense in Japanese, probably.
So, I want to ask you this a little bit. We were talking about camp, and I mentioned Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. I wanted to ask you, do you remember seeing the movie Creepshow?
Okay. Are you talking about the same movie I am? Because if you are, I might just hug you. Not Chillerama. No.
I love Chillerama.
Oh my God! That's me and CJ's favorite movie. Ah,
It's such a it's not my favorite
it's
movie,
not,
but
it's our movie. Me and CJ.
but the gigantic sperm like having sex with the Statue of Liberty, and then it explodes over everybody.
and then
great.
everyone's covered in semen, and then the guy and the girl's about to kiss him, and he's like, no, and she's covered. They're all covered in semen. He goes, what the hell? And then kisses her. And it's like, oh, this movie's great.
I really like Chillerama. I really like watching like shitty, campy.
Do you remember the second story in that movie?
I'm trying to remember most of it. I saw that movie one time on
Night of the Werebear?
Oh, yeah, that was great.
All right, so I saw that movie with my friend CJ before I came out. And then when that came up with the bears, I was like, oh, no. Yeah, I don't know what any of this is. No. Oh, fuck. Funny story. None of the people in that movie are bears, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's like they don't even know anything about the gay community.
No.
So Creepshow is a movie directed by Jorge Romero, written and produced by Stephen King.
Okay.
It's like an 80s, 90s schlock. I don't know if you remember it at all. It's like a bunch of different stories.
I feel like it sounds familiar, though.
Okay, so
Was
like...
it bad? Because I remember
No,
people
it's-
saying it wasn't good.
No. It's a great... I love that movie. It's a great movie. However, you watch it now, you're like, oh, it's kind of funny.
Well, okay.
But all the bad people get their comeuppance through some horror aspect, some supernatural horror. Mm-hmm. So let me see if I could try to remind you something of the movie. Like the last story, because it's a bunch of stories. It's an anthology film, so it's a bunch of stuff. Like VHS, but better. The last story is this like neat freak germaphobe, and he finds like these cockroaches in his apartment.
Okay.
And his apartment like super clean, and he starts killing all the roaches. But then all these roaches start coming out, and then he gets sealed in a hermetically sealed room. But then it turns out all the roaches are in there, and then the last shot is him dead on the floor, no roaches around, and all the roaches are coming out of his body.
Yeah, I knew that shot was coming.
And like, but you know, it's plastic effects and everything, and there's some great people here. Stephen King actually acted in the movie, and his little son acted in the movie as well in one of the stories. Mm-hmm. Ed Harris is in it, and I also saw Ted Danson and Leslie Nielsen in it.
Wow, that's a cast.
Yeah, and Leslie Nielsen played like a serial killer.
Oh, I thought he was gonna play like a Dr. Loomis, because that would have been great.
No.
Just want to let you all know we're counting on you.
No, but him as a serial killer was great because it shows him being a serious actor, and you don't get that a lot. What were you thinking when I said Creepshow?
I thought you meant Chillerama.
Oh.
Because Chillerama is so fucking... No one talks about that movie.
Nah, I mean...
It's a great movie. It's funny as shit.
Dude, I saw that movie like 5 years ago.
Diary of Anne Frankenstein is probably the best Frankenstein parody I've ever seen.
Did
you know that... Okay, I'm sorry. In that segment, all the dialogue's in German.
Yeah.
Because it's a black and white German horror film. The only person not speaking German is Hitler. Hitler speaks entirely made-up German in that entire last section of the movie.
Do you know German?
No, but I understand when he says things like, Han Solo Chewbacca! Die sind puppies! He's making stuff up, and it's... Once you know that, and you could tell the difference when people are actually speaking German, oh, the movie's great. I'm not even Jewish. Boom.
I gotta tell you, folks, I personally really like Chillerama. If you can find it on demand.
It was on Netflix, and then they took it off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've been looking for that movie ever since.
I definitely did not download it. And definitely did not keep it for prosperity.
I understand.
Yeah. No, I couldn't.
Really quick, we have like 2 minutes left.
Oh, okay. So, well, I mean, here we go. Castlevania got ported to the PS4, Symphony of the Night, and Rondo of Blood. Do you know anything about Castlevania?
I do. Actually, I played the PS2, Lament of Dreams.
Laments of Innocence?
Lament of Innocence.
Actually, I think that's the first one in the timeline, so good job.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, actually, no one really talks about it, and it's actually really good.
Yeah.
Funny that you brought it up.
There's a lot of things I guess you don't know about me. You're like, what?
We always find out more here on CanonFire.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you like, what the Symphony of the Night they're gonna port? Is it the
Good question.
Is it the Symphony of Night like Super Nintendo port?
What?
Isn't? Oh, I mean the PS. There's a PS1.
There's a PSP port of Symphony of the Night where they redid all the voice acting.
Okay, but it's not the 2D Castlevania.
It is 2D.
Okay, so we're gonna get a PS4 2D.
Do you know which one Symphony of the Night is?
No.
Okay, I'm getting that now. Symphony of the Night is the one for PlayStation
Yeah.
with Alucard.
Okay.
Okay, and it's a PlayStation title that they're porting to the PS4. Rondo of Blood was for the Super Nintendo? No, Mega Drive. It was for the Mega Drive, and it only came out in Japan, and then they ported it over to America.
But it's gonna be a 2D platformer.
Yeah.
All right, I'm skipping it.
What? But the best one, my favorite, but that's fine.
I suck at 2D platformers.
Yeah, but did you play Metroid at all?
I suck at 2D platformers.
Okay, well, it doesn't even play like Metroid, so I don't even know why I brought that up.
Isn't that where the term Metroidvania comes
Well,
from?
because they do it in two different styles. Metroid, I think, I don't know about anyone else, but I think Metroid is a lot more slower and methodical than Castlevania is.
Oh.
That's, well, the new Castlevanias anyway, because the old one, it was super slow. Anyway.
Well. A cinematic masterpiece is getting a sequel, folks.
Alrighty, thank you for listening to CanonFire, guys. This has been Bone King. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
It's your favorite movie, George.
Yeah, my favorite movie to pick on. Yeah.
You love it more than Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
See, at least Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was like coherently edited.
First bit of news. We got a bunch of DC news to talk about. First up, today, hopefully it'll be uploaded soon, but Birds of Prey, Jumi Smollett Bell will be Black Canary, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead will be Huntress, and that is some damn good casting. So we have about 3 or 4 Harley-centric films coming out. First off, Harley versus Joker is going to be a movie.
They don't even know how to work the character properly, and they've already.
We've had that debate, George.
Yes.
One of the listeners argued with you.
But she didn't disagree that the films didn't give that character as much justice.
Right, as much justice.
Would you
say it was an injustice?
Maybe, perhaps. Gods among us, even.
Mayhaps.
But what we discussed was how you can't have certain expectations for her to be exactly the same. I get that, and it's not my character, so that like I need it to be my way. I get that. However, they haven't really been giving her a lot of development outside of flashbacks to the Joker. And
right, which
stuff.
is already a bloated movie with about 7 or 8 characters.
Right.
Trying to explain them in this DC cluttered universe.
You know what would work way better? And I'm sorry, this is my opinion. At least I think so. Since she is a Batman villain, as opposed to just introducing her on her own as just a villain in the DC universe, why not have a Batman film that has Harley Quinn in it? That she's a villain with the Joker or something.
Well, we don't even know if we have a Batman anymore. So first things first, we have Harley versus Joker. The script's done, supposedly. So
Harley versus
Joker. But that's going to be later. We have Birds of Prey, which is going to be hard R. It's going to be a rated R film. Margot Robbie returns. And supposedly we're going to have Batgirl in it and all these girls or whatever. It's female team. And then we're also having Suicide Squad 2, with Gavin O'Connor, I think, directing, and the script's done and they're in pre-production. There's another movie I'm missing.
They really just don't know what to do now. Like,
No, I'm sorry. I overcounted. It's 3 films featuring the Harley Quinn character. And so far, I don't even know if I'll ever get a Man of Steel 2 or a Superman 2.
because they're not even focused on that, dude. They're too focused on what's popular and can make the most money just on brand alone, really.
Right.
Like,
Well, to be
dude.
fair, Harley Quinn as a character, merchandise-wise, made more money than Superman.
No doubt, and she's a very popular character for a good reason. It's just
Some
you're
may
not-
argue she's the Deadpool of the DC-verse.
Pretty much, honestly, in terms of breaking the fourth wall and being silly, but that's more towards the end of the recent Harley Quinn, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Whereas the classic Harley Quinn, we haven't even done that yet in film. We're jumping the shark so much. Why can't we? I get it. You can always do different things with the character, but why not show why people liked her when she started out, and then we can go through her on the journey that we did in the comics, make some sort of sense? Instead of being like, hey, you see this character? Like her. We know you like her, so you like her. And it's like, no, dude, we gotta have scenes that make us like
How
her.
dare you suggest character development? How dare you?
I can't, man. Because she
Wait,
is
wait.
such a great
Can't what?
character.
Even?
I
Can't even what?
can't even joke. Where were you gonna go with
On a
this?
scale of 1 to even, I just can't. I'm sorry, I stole that from a porno.
Sound of me cracking my own neck. But yeah, no. So all of those movies you just listed right there, I almost guarantee, as soon as the first one comes out and bombs, a good amount of those are going to be canceled. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, don't be sorry. It's not my money on the line. It's Warner Brothers.
Just look at the movies that are getting good attention right now, such as Shazam. You know what I mean? It's more showing the audience who this character is, not just showcasing cool poster ideas.
Well, I don't know. At this point, we'll see what happens. I'm a firm believer in Warner Brothers just throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Speaking of, did you see the Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
I actually really hated the idea of a Joker solo film, a Joker origin film. Mm-hmm. But Joaquin Phoenix looks like the Joker. And his mannerisms are great. I personally love the camera test. Did you see the camera test? Yes, it's the John Wayne Gacy makeup, but it's very similar to Heath Ledger's.
Thank you for taking out my first point. That was my first point. But yeah. No, it's not just that. Jim Carrey has a movie coming out, or a show coming out called Kidding.
Yeah, and they
He
look
looks
similar.
exactly like that guy, and he just looks like a Tommy Wiseau version of Jim Carrey's character.
We haven't heard him say one thing.
Right.
I haven't even heard the joke.
Right.
That's almost as important as his delivery of lines is the laugh. The Joker laugh is one of the hardest things to put off. That's why a lot of people didn't like the Leto Joker. Even though I actually like some of his lines. Like one of my favorite lines, I don't even think was in the movie. It was in the trailer, which I think they cut, which was, "Oh, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to hurt you."
Oh my god.
I really like that line.
Such an edgelord line.
But that's Joker, Jesus Christ.
No, Joker's much more twisted than the childhood. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm
Now,
just
hold
gonna
on a
hurt you.
Hold on a second. Pump the brakes, kid. How many Joker comics have you read?
I've seen enough of the Joker in other media that I don't think he speaks like this. Granted, it's not the comics. Fine. But you know what? Answer me this. How many different writers have written the Joker?
Countless.
So then I guess there's
Just
no real
like there-
tone in the comics. Now, is there?
just like Heath Ledger Joker, many argue that's not the Joker. Because the Joker isn't like that.
Yeah, he was more frantic and like...
No, he's Tom Waits. And then you look at Nicholson Joker, and even Nicholson Joker isn't really the Joker. And then you look at Cesar Romero's Joker, which is from 66 Batman, and that's probably the closest...
The closest we got, yeah.
Right, because 66 Batman was Golden Age Batman, which is the easiest Batman to do, but nobody likes that Batman because it's,
You know what
Golden
my problem
Age.
was
It's
probably then
funny and
with
comedy.
Leto then? Because he didn't look like he was having fun as the Joker. He was doing all the mannerisms of crawling on the guy's lap and being silly, but it wasn't fun. It was just, he's a creepazoid.
So
Like,
going back to Sqkwad,
Sqkwad.
the director David Ayer came out, finally admitted what we all have known.
No, he's gay. Sorry.
Hey man,
No, because you said came out. I don't know. Go ahead.
came out and finally said on Twitter, the film that he originally made is different than what came out, and he implied that there was a lot missing. I mean, Leto has come out in interviews and said, I shot enough footage in Suicide Squad as the Joker to make a Joker film. And all we've seen were about 7 minutes of the Joker. Now,
That's Katana. She has the soul of her husband inside her sword.
No.
I wouldn't piss her off.
no,
What
no,
the fuck is happening?
time. That's a fucking meme, my friend, on TV, which is the 4chan board for television film. The meme actually goes, and just like the line, this is Katana. She's got my back.
That is what he says. Oh my god.
So,
And then following that exact line, they do a flashback of how her father, husband, I don't know, got
her
stuck in
husband.
the sword.
Yeah.
Why save a backstory if you're just gonna show it immediately after? Yeah, continue.
Well,
Will that stop? Will there only be one script for them to follow and not jumble up 3 different ones and fuck it up?
George, if you let me fucking finish.
No, never. I'll never let you finish.
Jesus Christ.
I work on it for hours. What? Don't look at me like that. I have coffee. I don't need to wonder about any consequences. I'm pulling up the paper nervously. So, Resident Evil.
I'm just waiting for me to finish.
You can jump in here anytime you like, Sandra.
Fine. So, so what he also mentioned was he regrets making Enchantress the villain and instead making Joker the villain of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So we all kind of agree with him in that regard. He did a lot of missteps here. There were a lot of missteps with Suicide Squad. Unfortunately, it made a shitload of money. It made almost as much as Batman vs. Superman worldwide.
It won Best Makeup.
It also won an Oscar.
It
Yes,
won an Oscar.
which is why I wiped my ass with the Oscars, but whatever.
Killer Croc didn't even look that good. I'm sorry.
No, I actually think Star Trek Beyond got robbed because I saw Beyond. That makeup was on point, my dude. Like,
Damn.
I forgot the actress's name, but the actress who was the white and black paint, who's like the alien that helps them try to defeat the other bad guys.
The OC Elf character, right?
Right. I hope you put up like an image of her in the... You're not going to add any images to this.
I gotta find them and then...
I'll send you the fucking pictures that way.
You could write down the time code. That is something we could start doing as well.
All right.
But not
So-
right now, obviously, we missed the other two. But no, honestly, you're right. Making the Joker the villain of Suicide Squad probably would have made it less bloated. But how would you introduce that character, Captain Flagpole or whatever his name is?
Boomerang?
No.
Oh, you mean Flag. Captain Rick Flag.
Okay. I wasn't even that far off with Flagpole.
No, I mean, Rick Flag, he's always with Squad.
Was he? But is he an Enchantress specific character?
No. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Do you see me as kind of like a really knowledgeable guy about comic books, right?
We'll go with that. Yeah. I'm fucking with you. Yes, obviously.
Right. I'm like your go-to guy. Hey, who's this?
Do you need me to say it? Does it make you feel good?
I need you to agree on this point that that's what I'm perceived as.
Obviously, yes.
When Suicide Squad got announced and I heard the characters that they were doing, I actually asked, who the fuck is Enchantress? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I didn't know these are like D-list characters to me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why did they get a movie? I mean, to be fair, I know Guardians of the Galaxy way better. And I've been more of a DC guy, But I knew Guardians of the Galaxy before the movie came out. And then I was like, oh, shit, that's Guardians of the Galaxy. But I didn't know the OG Guardians of the Galaxy that were shown in Volume 2. You know, Stallone's Guardians.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know those characters. I had to turn to my friend who was like, who are these guys? And for the first time, I had that look. Oh, I can't believe you don't know these D-list characters whose last book was in 1973. Yeah, I'm not going to fucking know that. And Suicide Squad, I'm like, I know Harley. I know Deadshot. I know Boomerang. But Croc is a member? Because I thought King Shark was a member of Suicide Squad. And I was hyped to see an actual animatronic King Shark or some shit.
I didn't even know there was a King Shark.
Yeah, he's great.
Is he like Street Sharks?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's a bad guy, though, and he eats people. One of my favorite things, though, is that there's a panel of him. I'm going to send it to you. And he sings as he's running to kill someone. I'm a shark. I'm a shark. I'm a motherfucking shark.
Suck my dick, I'm a shark. That line?
Something like that, yeah.
Do you ever see that anime where it's a Junji Ito comic where there's like a guy hiding
I don't
in a
even know
bathroom?
what the fuck did you just say to me?
Oh boy. All right, Junji Ito, he's a really famous horror writer in Japan. Anyway, the guy hides in the bathroom and one of the stalls bursts open and a shark comes through and it says Gushunk. That's the first thing I thought of. He just bursts in with a shark head. Gushunk. And then that's where that would have gone. But I don't know, bro. It seems like the Suicide Squad selection, I don't know if it's part of an actual team that existed.
Suicide Squad does exist. It's just the mainstays are Harley, Deadshot, Boomerang, and I think that's it. And then there's alternating characters.
Then why did you add all Killer Croc, Katana, and Enchantress?
To be fair, I had to look up, but Slipknot always dies. He's always the first one to show that the bomb actually exists in the neck or the head or wherever they fucking.
They totally destroyed that reveal. It was. I cannot think anyone in that audience went, "Oh, whoa!" And we knew he was going to die.
Right.
We just knew because he had no intro.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Poor guy, bro. But he came up, was a trooper, made some cash, and left.
Bro, but I would have laughed if, they said, that's Slipknot, and then they just start playing Slipknot, and then he dies immediately. Oh, that would have just... This movie's actually kind of funny now. Just this intense-ass music.
I would have loved it if it was a parody of itself, because that's what Deadpool is. Mm-hmm. That's why I love the Deadpool film so much, because it's a parody of the superhero genre. And I think we need that.
We need a conversation as well about Deadpool 2.
Why? What's wrong with Deadpool 2?
I think it kind of cheats on its story a bit.
Deadpool 2 has a story?
See, that's what I'm saying. It tells a story, but it doesn't really, and then it kind of retcons its own story halfway through the movie and then has its own ending. It's fine. It's
because of the time travel thing.
Spoilers, but yeah. Pretty much, but my whole thing is
I mean, Cable's in it. Everybody knows there's time travel when Cable's involved.
Well, I didn't know going in. I just knew
Cable yeah, because you don't read comics.
I know Cable came from the future, a la future Gohan. But,
Oh, also this week, I will be getting Dragon Ball Fighter Z on the Switch.
Ew. Is that...
I'm double dipping. And also... Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow, Thursday, Android 17 and Cooler will be available for DLC. And Cooler looks big. He's a big boy.
Love Cooler. He's my boy. Well, he's currently my boyfriend in Xenoverse 2 right now. Because he's my sensei, and I have to measure up his love points. For real.
Will you go up to him and be like, Senpai, notice me?
He does that already. He notices me so hard, it's out of control. I send you screenshots of the stuff that he says and how much he needs me by his side. I didn't write that. I didn't write that. They did.
I guess you could say Cooler's a pretty chill guy.
Well, he's cooler than Frieza.
Man, you're being real cold right now.
There's a character named Frost?
Yeah, that's Universe 6.
Yeah, I'm playing Xenoverse 2, and I just found him somewhere, and I'm what the fuck?
And he's actually carbon copy of Frieza.
Does he not have a gold form?
No.
Huh.
He dies before that happens. Frieza shows off golden form in Tournament of Power. Spoilers. and Frost sees him and he's like, "Oh, I could achieve that ability too." And Frieza says, "Yes, if you train." And then immediately Frieza betrays him.
Oh, I thought it'd be funny if Frost was like, "Oh, you mean like this?" And it's like,
No, I mean they both do the full power Frieza thing,
No,
where Frieza gets super swole.
Yeah.
I mean, Frieza's my boy. I love Frieza.
No, for sure.
Every team that I will always have in fighters will always have Frieza and Vegeta.
It's funny because I do Boo and Vegeta.
You do Boo and Vegeta? Kid Boo?
My favorite is Super Boo, but Kid Boo always ends up being the strongest, so I kind of have to play as Kid Boo.
Oh, there's a new patch for Fighter Z. Well,
Okay.
I like to calling it Fighters, but people refer to it as Fighter Z. Well, Fighters, guess what? We have a Halloween patch, and one of the costumes I got is a little avatar of Kid Boo dressed as a witch.
I got
And he has a broom and everything.
I saw the picture of the witch. Was that Kid Boo?
That's Kid Boo.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
And Beerus has a pumpkin head.
I would have done that one. Knowing me, just straight up Pumpkinhead all the way.
Oh, that's a great horror film.
Oh my God, really?
I mean, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty schlocky, to be honest.
I think we need a whole show dedicated to Halloween films.
Well, October is coming, so
Yeah, I mean, this is it. This is the last show of September.
right. So Green Day, we tried waking you, dude. If you're not awake by now, we tried.
That fucking joke.
He asked.
Wake me up.
He asked. So
When September.
is there anything else we're missing, or?
I mean, we're gonna do more shit. I think we should do a fourth segment.
Okay, because we do have some more stuff on here, and I feel like we're not. Are we running out of time at all? Or
I
no?
mean, we gotta end this segment, but I think another segment.
the time, like the actual time.
No, it's 5:00.
Okay. Well, we'll talk in between.
I think what we need to do right now is cut the show, and this is gonna be a whole show. But if you want, there's another video that we're gonna do, hopefully, where it's us talking about stuff.
But that's what we're already doing.
Yeah, but this time it'll be a different video, and it'll be all Resident Evil 2. It'll be our thoughts on Resident Evil 2, right?
Okay. I mean, all right. You don't want to include it here on the show.
No. I think Resident Evil 2 deserves its own thing.
Okay.
Just kind of declare CanonFire Resident Evil Special Edition.
That sounds
Gold
like
edition.
Oh my God.
Fucking gold.
The Raccoon
Well,
City edition.
George, thanks again for being on the show.
As always, thank you for having me. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. I will be on the show more times. I feel comfortable with you being on the show, like taking over for a little bit. This means I could have a vacation for once.
Oh God. I mean, I could try. I mean, the other one, phew, I got awkward every now and then. I had to be like,
The
hey,
one with
Grant.
you and Paul?
No, with me and D. Like we had a lot of fun. As soon as we got into the groove of talking about our animus, like, oh, it was fantastic. But in the beginning, I'm like, so this is here and this is here, and I gotta play the song real quick. So hold on, and I was like, gotta.
You
be
were
on
just
top
a
of
nervous
it.
wreck.
You know what else is new?
Well, it's all right. Well, folks, this has been George and Adrian.
Hello.
See you on the next one. Hopefully, you'll put up the Paul one today.
Is that a request or a demand?
Yes.
I'm gonna find
All right. Bye, folks.